everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about the 8 fashion mistakes that you might be making. Now, don't get offended by this video. Honestly, a lot of times when I make these videos, I am inspired by myself. I have done these things, or I still do these things, so I am no expert. I am making YouTube videos in my basement, so let's just put that into perspective. However, I do think that these tips and tricks or these mistakes to kind of plant in your brain will have a positive impact on your style, so I really hope you enjoy this video. Now, for the sake of the YouTube algorithm, consider liking this video and subscribing. That really helps. It just really helps things, so I would love for you to do that. My name is Shea if you're new. But let's get started. Okay, so the very first thing is inspired by me. We're starting off with me. But you know what? These days I feel like I have a better excuse because I am on YouTube, and so I'm often buying things to show in videos. And I show you guys, you know, what's available, what I like, whatever. So I kind of have an excuse. However, this used to be a big problem of mine, and I often see others do it as well. And that's buying the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I don't mean like literally the same thing, but if you have 9 beige sweaters, you probably don't need any more. And that would be me. Yeah, I'm all for buying what you like, what you love, what you'll actually wear. However, if you have something that's basically the same thing, you don't need to buy it again. I know it's always fun to go shopping, it's fun to online shop, and we're always just drawn to similar things, but just kind of be aware of your current closet and kind of make use of what you already have. And it's a great tip. It's not really a fashion mistake per se, but it kind of is. And I wanted to say it. So you're welcome. The next thing is a fashion mistake though, but it's a minimal mistake. It's actually like a subconscious, subliminal thing that I think a lot of people don't realize, but I'll fix it. Let's fix it. So I'm going to show you 2 examples. This involves when you're wearing a very light or neutral outfit from like head to toe, but you wear black shoes, and that's where we steer wrong. If that's your outfit, go with light shoes as well. The whole thing is better. And I know this goes against all of fashion history because everyone says black is classic, black is universal, black is a go-to. I love black, and I really do love black. However, it's very stark, it's very bold, it pulls the eye in, and sometimes that's not what we want to do. It kind of ruins the outfit rather than enhancing it. You know, this isn't the worst thing in the world. However, it's something that I do often see. I think people just grab black shoes because they're like, oh, this is easy, like this goes with everything. And it's not the best choice for that situation. So sorry if I bursted your bubble about black, but I like it. But there's a time and a place, like everything. So number 3, inspired by me, again. As you guys know, I'm sure a lot of you know, I know as well, that there's often a thread in the back of blazers and you're supposed to cut the thread. It all started with very premium, high-end suits. They would have this vent, as they call it. It's like a flap, and they come usually with like an X, and you're supposed to cut that X, but it protects it while in the shop. People like hanging up the blazer, putting it back on the rack, so it doesn't accidentally get hung up with the vent or flap kind of up like this, and it would just make it look bad. So anyway, you are supposed to cut the thread when you get it home, and I forgot. I wore this to work all day long. At the end of the day, I was actually at the coffee shop. I was excited to go home, and someone was like, hey, you still have the thread on the back of your blazer. And I was like, that's great, because I have a fashion YouTube channel and I'm smart. So anyway, this is just a public service reminder to cut the thread. Hashtag cut the thread. So when I was putting this video together, I decided to ask my friend, shout out Lauren. You're watching this, I know it. Hi, Natalie. Anyway, that's her daughter. But anyway, she was like, you need to address the $1 million question if you're making a fashion mistake video. And that is, do you wear leggings and show your butt? Or do you wear a shirt to cover your butt? Like, you know, just in everyday shopping, you know, like, do you do that? I don't know the answer. I'm here, I don't know. But I do have an opinion, and I'm going to bestow that opinion upon you. So if you're going out and you're gonna exercise, you're gonna do some yoga, you're gonna do something to get your heart rate up, I think then that's your right away, like that's your free passage. Show your butt. Yeah. But if you're if you're going to go shopping, if you're gonna go to the grocery store, I say wear a shirt that covers said butt. That's just my opinion. Everyday life, It just seems weird to have your butt all out there for everyone to see. Again, just my opinion, but it is a question that I get asked a lot. And it was brought up again, so I thought I would address it here. Let me know in the comment section below what your stance is on the butt versus non-butt legging situation. Now, speaking of butts, am I gonna get demonetized? The next fashion mistake that we need to talk about is wearing the wrong undergarments. And I've definitely talked about this before on my channel, but I feel like normally when I talk about it, I am referring to butts and like the panty line, as they say it, and I actually don't mean that for this, so let's just get that out of your head. I'm talking about bras now. We're moving north. I think that a lot of people get very stuck on a bra that they love, me included. A lot of this is inspired by me, like I said. So I love my bras. I feel like I wear them over and over and over again. However, things get stretched out. Or the other situation can be sometimes people do put on a few pounds, and so that bra no longer fits. It can either be too loose or too tight. And so I'm just here to say that if you see your bra strap hanging down, you could tighten it, or maybe it's just already stretched out. I'll insert a clip here. I recently did a handbag collection video, and oh man, it was almost to the point that the whole video was ruined because my bra strap was hanging down off my shoulder. But then, like I said, I also see some people wearing shirts and you can kind of see their skin kind of hanging over the back of their bra, and that doesn't look great either. And I'm not trying to be offensive at all. It's just sometimes it's something that we don't realize that we need to actually go back and invest in a new bra. The next fashion mistake that I often see people making is actually having just too much going on. And what's interesting is I usually see this from people that are quite interested in fashion and style, and they really like outfits and putting things together. But sometimes they just go a little overboard. And so what I usually see this with is jewelry. A lot of times people have like a big statement earring and necklace, and it's just too much. You probably should pick one or the other. Or I'll see it with colors. And I actually did just talk about colors in a recent video, and sometimes it's really great to mix and match colors you wouldn't normally put together. But sometimes that can backfire. Maybe there's just too many colors going on at one time. Or I'll see it with patterns, like there's too many patterns going on or too many textures going on. So that's just something to be aware of. Usually I recommend picking one or two kind of statement things that are kind of the star of the show or the star of the outfit. So how do I end things? Sometimes I transition, just put a transition here. So this next point has to do with shoes, or heels more specifically. So if you don't wear heels, then this will probably be boring. So these are my Christian Louboutin Pigalle pumps, and although they were very expensive, I do wear them a lot, and they're very comfortable. I really like them. But this is a 3-inch heel, or a 100mm heel. And this is about the max I think that anyone should go, because there's a lot of 4-inch heels. And while they make your legs look great, they make you look very tall, aesthetically and structurally, I don't think most people can walk in them. You kind of just look stupid. And I mean that in a very nice way. It's just don't buy heels that, make you look good, but make you also look bad because you can't walk in them. So again, 3 inches, I think the max you should go. You could even go lower, or you don't even need heels at all, because we're gonna actually get into, the next point has to do with shoes too. And that would be wearing shoes that are just too worn out or too ratty. And I know, and I've said this before, we get attached to shoes. And sometimes we kind of forget that they might not look so good anymore because we've worn them so much. So this is a great example. These are my Adidas Superstar shoes, and they're not too worn out, but they just look dirty. And I was wearing them with a really cool athletic outfit, and I looked down and I'm like, what am I doing? These are muddy shoes. So just don't forget to clean your shoes. If they look too worn out, maybe it's time to pass them along, invest in some new shoes. Make your outfit match on the top and the bottom. And I know that's hard to hear because we like our shoes. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the before and the after of these. I'm gonna clean these up and show you what a difference a little toothbrush can make. So here are my shoes, the before and the after. You can see that it's crazy what a little toothbrush can do. So I feel like all of these fashion mistakes were very subtle, not life or death, not the end of the world, but recognizing a few things that you can do to improve upon. It can make a big difference or a big impact in your style more than you realize. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Maybe consider subscribing like we said. I'm gonna pop on over here and put up this next video. I can see you on over there in my next one. Bye.